Hey, what's going on YouTube? In this video, we are going to be talking about the three big pillars, three big principles on how to change your life around. And so in this video, it's really for someone who's looking to figure out, this puzzle of life, and maybe we're being told of how to do things, or this is the right path towards our life, all the way marching towards the end. And so I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the three big pillars, and hopefully it gives you an idea and really just confidence to make decisions on your own so that you are living the fulfilling life that you want, rather than a vision of what someone else may have wanted in their life. And so just as a preview or disclaimer for this video, this topic is going to be very direct, and I do not mean in any way, shape, or form of harm or being rude to you guys. I'm just sharing it in such a way that it really gets you thinking about the ideas and the three pillars of how to change your life that I want to share in this video. So I hope you do enjoy. And as always, let me know in the comments below if you have anything to add to the pillars, or how you would view to change those three pillars. That's also interesting as well. So the first pillar I have for you is respect yourself and be confident in what you want. So as we grow up, especially at least in the United States, we go through school at a very young age and all the way up to high school, and then we have the decision of going to either college, you can either start a business or go straight to the workforce. And so if you may notice, throughout your entire life, someone is whispering in your ear, or really your parents might be telling you that you gotta go to school, you gotta get a good degree, and you gotta get a good job. And so this entire time, you spend your first 20-ish years of your life doing what is told of you and what is expected of you. And that's kind of how society is, right? So they tell you what to do, and that's just how things go. But really, what I want you to think about and really have that growth mindset is that I want you to develop your own ideas on figuring out what it is that you really want. As we get older and we go through this motions, you might realize that that's probably something that you didn't want. And so when I was actually going through school, like even high school, I had a lot of anxiety of trying to, and even college too, which was a whole different realm of things. I was going through school, I had a lot of anxiety because I didn't really know how the motions were going to be of going through school and getting a job. Like, sure, I've read a lot about it and I've researched a lot about it, and you hear about it a lot too when you go through college. People say, oh, you're going to school to, let's say, study engineering, so you're going to do 4 years of school and then go out and get an engineering job. And while it sounds cool that you're following the motions of getting those things done and following a certain path, I think that also can provide a lot of stress for you, because what if you get off track, or what if you don't make it to the very end, or what if you just lose interest along the way, and now you spend all this time working towards something that you can't really use towards the future unless you go back to school and finish out the programs that you were actually studying for. But really what I'm saying though is that as you follow these motions, someone is telling you, or something is telling you how to get things done. And I want you to expand your mind and really develop the confidence and mindset for thinking on your own. I actually made a video on this channel called The Corporate Life, and I really share my ideas on the differences in personalities that you have to have if you want to be an entrepreneur, and really just figure out and determine if you're in the rat race. And if you don't know what the rat race is, essentially what it means is that you're using all your energy and emotions and following this repetitive pattern that a lot of society is doing, and it doesn't get you out into a higher wealth, more wealth than an average person does. And so if you follow this channel, you'll realize that I'm really trying to help you guys build long-term wealth and hopefully get you to that next income ladder that you probably would have never dreamed about. And once you watch the Corporate Life video, I want you to think about having that mindset of, if you really want to build true wealth for yourself and long-term wealth for yourself, you're going to have to figure out a vehicle to do so, and really open up that mindset and figure out, is that something that you really want in life, or do you want to live this repeated pattern that most people will have that is very predictable? And I do not agree with that process at all, especially in a society where we are being told what to do and retire at a specific age. I think if you have the drive, the motivation, and a clear understanding of where you want to head in life, you can take control of your future and really make a difference. Wow, so that was pretty long. That was just the first topic, the first bullet in that section. The next topic that I have within building confidence and really figuring out what you want are as I've been reading more about Stoic philosophy, and it's been about 2 years now since I started reading about Stoic philosophy. If you don't know what Stoic philosophy is, check out my other videos as I share the really just the principles of what the philosophy of Stoicism has to offer. But really what I want to share with you guys in this video is I think about very often of what it is that I really want. And so an example, let's say I get an invite to hang out on the weekend. I'm going to be thinking to myself, do I really want to hang out? Is that something that I truly want to do, or is it because I just got the invite, so now I feel obligated to go to this event? And I do not like to go to an event just because I may be a +1. I like to think about how am I being appreciated at the event? Do people like me there because they like who I am and I provide value to their life? Or am I just there to help fill the void? And if I'm there to just fill the void, then I'm certainly not going to go at all. I want someone who appreciates my presence and we can really deepen our relationship and think about things that we enjoy talking about. I don't like to just do things and build a social circle with no meaning behind it. There has to be a purpose behind it, and that's something that I look for while developing friendly relationships. And if I'm going to an event and I find it no value, I also think of why should I spend the time and the energy going out to those events. Last point for the first pillar is that I think that you should really focus in on developing your own mindset on what you really want in your life. I know as you get older, and it's fine to be nurtured throughout the process of figuring out, these are the right steps on how to become at least semi-successful or sort of successful, however you want to view it. But I think number one, you gotta define what does successful mean to you, and then how to actually achieve it. So when you get older, as you become an adult and mature your mind, you have to figure out what are those steps for you to reach your own success. And now you've heard all these good ideas of what people have had and how to live a successful life. It's time for you to make your own decisions in life, and if you are unsure of where you're headed in life, it's good to go out and educate yourself and ask others for recommendations, but ultimately it's up to you to make that decision. If you continuously live a life where someone tells you what to do, you may realize that it's probably something that you didn't want to do, and you're going to regret every single step of the way. So that's why you have to make a decision on what it is that you want in life, and if you become unsure of what or how to actually achieve it, go ahead and ask questions. It's all about learning and helping each other along the way. By the way, sorry about the glare from the lighting. There's actually a window on this side, and so depending on the time of day, you can see a lot of glare on that monitor, so I do apologize for that. Pillar number 2, take care of yourself. It's all about building healthy habits that help you live the most longest, nourishing, happiest life and healthiest life that you can, so that you can have the experiences that you want. And I really think this falls down to 3 big things on taking care of yourself. The first one is really just getting enough sleep. Every single day we have to go back and really rest and recover and build up enough energy to restore the muscles that were used during that day. And so resting is incredibly important. And if you don't get enough rest, that's going to continuously lag in each and every single day. So if you become so tired, you may just end up losing days because you're so tired and you can't output anything with good value. So remember to get proper sleep. Number 2 in this category is eating healthy. Think of yourself like an engine. You gotta fuel yourself with good, clean energy. Otherwise, you're not gonna put out good energy and good quality in your life. So focus on eating things that aren't processed, that have a lot of high protein, that is clean meat, or it could even be tofu or vegetables. You could even survive without eating as much meat. And actually for 2020, one of my goals for this year specifically is to eat much cleaner protein. So I might even reduce the amount of meat that I eat and just eat plants and vegetables and get my protein through eating a lot larger source of that. Number 3 for this category is working out. You gotta use those muscles, you gotta stretch, you gotta practice with the movements that life is gonna take you on. It's gonna build self-discipline, it's gonna strengthen your mind, and it's really ultimately gonna make you feel better along the way. And working out is gonna help boost confidence, and really that's what we wanna come home to in this video, is really having this self-respect and knowing what you want and how to actually go out there and achieve it, rather than being loosened off track based off of what someone else may say. Number 3, find ways to continuously grow and adapt. So something that I like to say to myself really on a daily basis is, if I am not learning and I am not growing, then how am I living? Really, I think to have a fulfilling life, it's about struggling, but it's about struggling in things that you care about and work towards, and finding those milestones in your personal goals. So if you're not struggling and you're sort of just coasting through life, you may be doing it wrong. As we go through life, you might hear people say, oh, you can coast once you graduate, once you get a college degree, or once you have a job. Then life becomes much easier than that. But really, I don't think that's how it should be. I think that every single day should be an opportunity to be a better version of yourself. And you're not gonna hear people say, you're gonna have to work harder today because that is what you should be doing. This is how your life is. You need to continuously strive. And so because you don't hear that every day, it's gonna take a lot of self-discipline to actually think of those habits for yourself. And so I like to think of, how am I gonna be a better version of today than I was yesterday, last month, or even in the last year? And so that, for me personally, is what makes me happy, is working towards my own personal goals and seeing myself transform from the version I was previously. And what is really awesome with just working on self-development and building up, the courage to continuously strive towards things that people may not find so easy, is that along the way, you may inspire others to do just the same. You may help them find ways on improving their own life. Perhaps you cook a really healthy dish and you want to share with people how that can be nutritious and healthy at the same time, and that might change them as well for the better. Or even if you learned a new workout, maybe you encourage them to go to the gym for the first time and show them different stretches or different ways to boost their cardio and their strength so that they can also live a longer and healthier life. Really, what I'm boiling down and saying is that as you gain these skill sets of being a better version of yourself, you may inspire others along the way, and I encourage you to help others along the way, because not long ago you may have been in the same situation as them. So really, what I want to get down to in this video is all about helping each other and lifting each other up and building this group of friends and people that really have a good life. If you haven't seen, I do have another video that really explains to you my morning routine, which I called the acronym MEME, which stands for Motivate, Exercise, Meditate, and Eat. So really, that's me explaining my philosophy and principles on how I start every single day to be the better version of myself. Alright guys, well, thank you so much for watching the Growth Mindset channel. Please do me a favor by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with one of your friends. Really, what I want to help you guys and build the culture for this channel is ultimately bringing ourselves up and then being the best version of ourselves every single day. So if you find someone in need, help them be also a better version of themselves. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great one.